Good day. This is Rhea Suzette Hagisan from the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines in today's TBI feature, which is CDO b.i.t.e.s. CDO b.i.t.e.s stands for Cagayan de Oro Business Incubation Technology, Entrepreneurship, and Startup. It is a technology business incubator or TBI housed in the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. It is one of the strategies identified by the Department of Science and Technology to promote innovation and technopreneurship for the country's socio-economic development in a knowledge-based world economy. The main objective of CDO Bytes is to provide an enabling environment to nurture startup companies and budding entrepreneurs to make economic and social contribution not only to the city but also the region and also the country. We foster innovative contribution to the region as well as concepts among micro and small to medium enterprises, mainly in the information and communications technology sector, and furthermore, provide opportunities for them to the realization of their socio-economic goals. Next slide, please. We are one of the six TBIs strategically situated in Mindanao and funded by DOST and DOST Pictured. We are also one of the TBIs in the Misamis Oriental region. Our main focus industries are ICT, multimedia, and IoT or Internet of Things. We still have other incubatees that are into food and health sector, and we are in the hopes to further our support not only to the three identified sectors. As a TBI, we also promote socio-economic development for the whole region in order to stimulate establishment of early growth of startup firms and budding entrepreneurs in order to help them develop new and innovative products and services. It is our mission to become a regionally recognized CBI program by providing them an enabling environment between homegrown entrepreneurs and industries. It is also our vision to nurture innovations of IT and ICT-based startups and budding industries, entrepreneurs, and individuals by providing them a suitable venue to mentorship and network. I would like to turn you over to my team, Rochelle, for the next.
Hi, I'm Rachel, one of the project development officers of CDO Bytes. Okay, before we head on to talking more about TPI and the services that we offer, we'd like you to meet the dream team that makes what CDO Bytes is now. Our team is composed of six dynamic people. We've all got roles to make sure that TBI is offering quality services and is perfectly working. We also make sure to support one another. Next slide, please. Our dream teams are led by our eloquent project leader, Ms. Rhea Hagisan, our ever supportive project staff, Mr. Wendell Salampas, and of course, our proficient and very hands-on TBI manager, Ms. Shore Macalbe. With their startup experience and connections in industries relevant to TBI, CDO Bytes is in good hands. And of course, next slide please. The team wouldn't be complete with the ever active and beautiful project development officers of CDO Bytes, namely uh, the IT officer, Ms. Gisha Gituban, the admin and info officer, Ms. Catherine Reyes, and of course yours truly, Rochelle Laureta as the research officer. We make sure that the groundworks are well taken care of. I'll now pass you to our teammate, Ms. Gisha Gituban.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for that, Rochelle. I'm Geisha Gitwaban, one of the project development officers of CDO Bytes, and now we'll talk about the banner programs of CDO Bytes. Our TBI has four banner programs as of this date, namely the Spark Track, the Far Starter, the Beacon Demo Day, and the Byte series. Next slide, please. Our pre-incubation program, branded as Spark Track, is a preparatory course designed to gauge up startups and sharpen their skills before they ideate into the main incubation program. The Spark Track enables startups to ideate their business ideas. It also serves as a screening process to gauge the commitment of the startup and determine if they may move forward to the main incubation program after complying all the requirements. Next slide, please. The Fire Starter Incubation Program is the heart of CDO Bytes, and where startup incubatees are introduced to the next after undergoing the Spark Track Pre-Incubation Program. Firestarter is a rigid incubation program that aims to aid up startup ideas toward the fruition of creating an investment and a business-ready startup. It has way more session compared to the Spark Track and more tailored to specific needs of our incubatees. This year, Firestarter leveled up even further because we've gone entirely virtual and we have incubators hailing from various parts of the Philippines. Next slide, please. So the Beacon Demo Day, which we branded as Beacon, means to signify as instrument to attract attention to something specific, which is our incubated startup. It is the culmination of our Fast Starter incubation program. The Beacon Demo Day serves as our graduation day as well, where the remaining incubated startups showcase their final output alongside investors and partners that will potentially jumpstart their business and acceleration. Our target date for the Beacon for our current batch of incubators is in the first week of February 2021. Next slide, please. Okay, so we've conducted the Byte Series Roadshow, which is a promotion and awareness drive geared towards enriching entrepreneurial minds of Mindanaoans and to promote cutting-edge technology through Filipino innovation by collaborating with various partners, agencies, schools within Cagayan de Oro, and of course, its neighboring cities and municipalities. Aside from that, bootcamps, trainings, and other capacity building venues, our Byte series includes the following programs that are conducted through physical and digital platform to various targeted audience. Next slide, please. These are the three programs under the flagship of Byte series program. The first, the brown bag session, is aimed towards younger and uninformed audience, specifically within the USTP system, where the target audience can learn and talk about startups and innovation. Second is the Bites and Brew session, is a casual networking session among incubatee, budding up startup, featured founders from established startup to talk about the future startups journey, milestones, and challenges, giving the target audience to reflect on challenges and learn insights and values, mostly in hustling. We've already featured startup founders within and outside Philippines, and we hope to get more on board within this month. The third and definitely not the least the last initiative will be the Byte series program. Is our bonfire entrepreneurship meetup or entrepreneurs meetup. We've branded our entrepreneurs meetup as bonfire to signify and gathering of startups and other figures from the business technology sectors, heading out to network, talk, and simply hang out. Now, for the services that CDO Bytes offer, I will give the virtual floor to Catherine Suarez.
I am Catherine Suarez, one of the project development officers of CDO Bytes, and I'll be talking to you about the services offered by our TBI. So the services we offer includes office space and internet access, in which each team will be housed in one cubicle or an office, which they will be able to utilize common spaces such as conference rooms, founders lounge, co-working space, and others. Next slide, please. Incubators will also be allowed to access the development and facilities of the university, such as the Fab Lab, library, audio-visual rooms, and other facilities. Next slide, please. So they will also gain access to our co-incubation program, in which last year, for example, we partnered with Spring Valley Tech. Next slide, please. Networking and marketing. Also, they will also be utilized, which startups could join enabler benchmarking tours and other networking activities. Next slide, please. Training and mentoring. So startups will be able to join the Spark Track program and Fire Starter session and will gain access to mentorship. Next slide, please. They will also see services such as branding and IP protection, spearheaded by the Innovation and Technology Support Office of the university, handling commercialization, technology transfer, and IP protection. So now I'll be giving you to Ms. Shore to discuss the highlights of our program.
Hi, good day everyone. I'm Shore. I am the TBI manager of CDO b.i.t.e.s. So you've already heard about the services we offered, what CDO b.i.t.e.s is, and our banner program. So this time, of course, we have to show you the highlights. All right, first up, we were established in 2016. I'm pretty sure Rhea, our project leader, talked about that earlier. So we have 9 stakeholders as of the moment. This has expanded a lot since we were established in 2016. And since the time of our creation, we have received at least 17 million funding from DOST Fisher, and of course, our implementing University of Science and Technology of the Southern Philippines. We also have a 30,000 peso investment from YCL Philippines and the US Embassy in the Philippines for the implementation of our virtual Firestarter incubation program. So since 2016, as you can see on the screen, we've organized and conducted over 190 events, both virtual and physical, with a total of at least 8,000 attendees. This year alone, we've grown our network by bringing in 21 partners, signing 6 MOAs or Memorandum of Agreement with various startup enablers to further our reach for incubatees and have engaged into at least 14 collaborations. Now here is a summary of how our startups have been doing since 2016. We've incubated 4 batches of entrepreneurial teams with a total of 51 incubatees, wherein 15 startups from the first 3 batches emerged as graduates. Just the 3 batches because the 4th batch is currently undergoing Firestarter, and hopefully all of them will be added to the list of the graduates once this year's incubation program has concluded. So our startups have generated a total revenue of at least 37 million pesos as of last month. They've also created at least 200 jobs as of October 31, 2020. Our startups has also received local private grants in the amount of 50,000 pesos, government grant for a venture of 3 million pesos, and they've also garnered a total investment of at least 1.35 million. And lastly, the most noteworthy highlight of our TBI that features our beloved incubatees is instilling the paid forward mindset to them. In CDO b.i.t.e.s, we don't just create champions. We don't just enable startups. We create people who will play a role in the startup ecosystem and help in making that web of roles bigger by paying it forward. Our incubatees have become mentors, partners, and enablers themselves who reach out to the youth to encourage innovation. So now that you've learned about CDO b.i.t.e.s here at the TBI feature, of the Philippine Startup Week, you may contact us through email via CDO_bytes at ustp.edu.ph. The number on the screen is actually my personal number, so you may contact me through that. And if you get to visit Cagayan de Oro, please don't hesitate to visit us on the address provided on the screen. So I hope you at least enjoyed or learned a lot from what CDO Bytes is and who we are. Thank you very much. And that's it for our TBI feature.